These are some of the symbols that you're going to come across when you're reading Arabic. This, this symbol here represents a fatta, and the sound is a. Okay, and this is on top of the line here. Okay, that's the line or the letter for this, but it could be a letter, and then you have a kasra here, for example, and that's below the line. Okay, you have a dhamma here, which is above the line. So these two, fatta and dhamma, come on the top of the line or the letter, and this kasra is below the line or the letter. Similarly, you have this half kind of semicircle symbol, and this is for sukoon. Okay, and this one here, like a W shape in English, letter W, for example, similar to that, is a shadda. Okay, shadda. That means it's a double letter. Okay, when this appears on a letter, that means the letter is double. For example, if it appears on a letter lam, that means there are two lams there. Okay, normally the first lam will carry a sukoon, and second lam will carry harakat, and these are called harakat. That's fatta, kasra, dhamma. These are harakat. A sukoon is opposite of that, which means harakat means movement, and there's no movement because it's sakin. The letter is called the sakin. That means tranquil. Okay. We came across these before. These are called heavy or full mouth letters. Okay, sod, dod, to, zo. They come together in the alphabet. Qaf, ghain, and kha. You have to learn these. Qaf is the back of the tongue, and ghain and kha just behind the tongue in the throat. Okay. So these are called full mouth, and the way to pronounce these letters is that you have to take the back of your tongue towards your palate in order to say these letters. The front of your tongue for the sod will stay behind the bottom teeth, and then the back of your tongue will touch your palate. And dod is keep your tongue on the left hand side, and the gap between the teeth and the tongue when it's filled, and you have like a kind of a balloon kind of pops with a do, for example, sound. Okay, and then you have a to. Similarly, this one here is the top. The tip of your tongue will be on behind the top teeth. Okay, on the gums of the top teeth, and the back of the tongue again towards the palate. To, and zo will be pronounced with when your top of the tongue, your tip of the tongue would be between your teeth, and the back of your tongue would be toward the palate again. Zo. And qaf, similarly, qaf is right at the back of the tongue anyway, and your tip of the tongue stays more or less flat. And the back of your tongue goes towards your palate. Okay, qaw. Okay, and then ghain. This is in the throat, top of the throat, not sound. Ghain. Okay, and then you have a kha. Okay, so these are your heavy or full mouth letters. Now we'll put fatta in each one of these letters. Alif fatta a, ba fatta ba, ta fatta ta, sa fatta sa, jim fatta ja, ha fatta ha, kha fatta ha, dal fatta da, zal fatta za, ra fatta ra, za fatta za, sin fatta sa, shin fatta sha. Sad fatha, so. Dod fatha, do. Ta fatha, to. Za fatha, zo. Ain fatha, a. Ghain fatha, gha. Fa fatha, fa. Qaf fatha, qa. Kaf fatha, ka. Lam fatha, la. Mim fatha, ma. Nun fatha, na. Wa fatha, wa. Ha fatha, ha. Hamza fatha, ha. Ya fatha, ya. So here 3 letters are joined together to make a word up, and we follow the pattern we just seen above. Alif fatha a, mim fatha ma, a ma, ra fatha ra, a ma ra. And if you say it quickly, it becomes amara. Okay? Ba fatha ba, lam fatha la, ba la, ghain fatha gha, ba la gha. Sa fatha sa, mim fatha ma, sama, ra fatha ra, samara. So say it like this when you're joining it together. Jim fatha ja, mim fatha ma, jama, and then say ain fatha a, jama a. So whichever letter you say, then you join those 2 letters and then say the third one after. So ha fatha ha, sin fatha sa, hasa, dal fatha da, hasada, zal fatha za, ka fatha ka, zaka, ra fatha ra, zaka ra, ra fatha ra. Fa fatha fa, ain fatha a, rafa a. Za fatha za, ain fatha a, za'a, mim fatha ma, za'ama. Sin fatha sa, ra fatha ra, sara, qa fatha qa, saraqa. Sad fatha sa, dal fatha da, sada, qa fatha qa, sadaqa. Dad fatha da, ra fatha ra, dara, ba fatha ba, daraba. Za fatha za, lam fatha la, zala, mim fatha ma, zalama. Ain fatha a, dal fatha da, ada, lam fatha la, adala. Qa fatha qa, mim fatha ma, qama, ra fatha ra, qamara. Ka fatha ka, sin fatha sa, kasa, ba fatha ba, kasaba. Wa fatha wa, jim fatha ja, waja, dal fatha da, wajada. I'll mention one more thing here that we've just come across. Ra fatha. Here 1, ra fatha 2, here ra fatha, ra fatha, ra fatha, ra fatha, ra fatha. So whenever you find a ra fatha, it is a heavy letter. Okay, it's the same category as what we've done before with the other 7 letters. This also becomes heavy when it has a fatha on it. Okay. Ra becomes heavy when it has a fatha on it. Ra becomes heavy when it has dhamma on it. Ra has a sukoon on it, and before that you have a fatha on the previous letter. Or Ra has a sukoon on it, and before it you have a dhamma on a previous letter. In these 4 cases, Ra will become heavy. And also, if Ra is followed by any one of these letters, Sad, Dod, Ta, Za, Qaf, Ghain, Kha. If Ra is sakin and followed by one of these letters, then it becomes heavy. Similarly, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes heavy if it has a fatha before it. Lam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, here in the middle lam, becomes heavy if you have a fatha before it, or if you have dhamma before it, or fatha before it. Okay, the fatha could be here or on a different word. For example, before it you have a different word, it carries a fatha or a dhamma, and the name of Allah becomes heavy. Rasulullah, for example. Okay, Abdullah, yeah, like that.